As Marvel Rivals has just started going into Season 1, as you can see here, this is the entrance to it. They just dropped us the patch notes for what we can expect for hero changes going into Season 1. And we're going to take a look at those patch notes now. I have not got a chance to actually take a look at them, and I have not actually got a chance to play them yet because they were not part of this early access build that we're playing on right now. So let's see what we got other than we know Cap and Venom are getting buffed and Hela and of course Hawkeye are getting nerfed. There's new team ups. So let's see what exactly they did change coming from Season 0 to Season 1. As Season 0 draws to a close, our analysis of battle data has revealed significant shifts in team comp, showcasing vibrant diversity of lineups. However, as the skill level escalates, compositions centered around double shields and range have displayed considerable prowess, despite the players having continuously honed and experimented with new compositions and strategies, further enriching the battlefield. For example, potent combination featured Psylocke and Star-Lord has brought unparalleled map control through high mobility, formidable and mid-range damage, while pairing like Namor and Winter Soldier emphasize defensive counterattacks, fortifying the rear lines and seizing opportunities for combat advantage. Whether formulations are revolved around Hawk and Adam Warlock team-ups or selection of other heroes tailored specifically for scenarios, became clear that players are delving deeper into the world of Marvel Rivals. Hence, in the first half of Season 1, we are set to make some balanced adjustments. Now, these adjustments are going to be for the first half, so I assume we're probably going to see another adjustment in like 6 to 7 weeks, enabling a broader roster partake to more intricate gameplay, ensure a richer, more engaging, diverse gaming experience for all. At the same time, regarding seasonal bonuses and team-ups, we'd like to clarify that given the brief duration of Season 0 and everyone's recent acclamation to Marvel Rivals, we will not make extensive changes to adjustments or team-up abilities in Season 1. Instead, we'll make minor adjustments to existing team-ups. Fear not, we're planning exciting redesigns and adjustments to team-up abilities in Season 2. So it looks like we have about the same thing for next 13 weeks. And we'll begin this deep dive with the adjustments to Vanguard. Captain America, reduced delay time for shield restoration after releasing Living Legend from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. Love it. Reduced Liberty Rush cooldown from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Love it. Increased base health up to 675 from 650. Love it. Reduced energy cost releasing Freedom Charge ultimate ability from 3,400 to 31. Reduced the additional health provided per second to self after releasing from 110 to 100. All right, I think these are really good changes to Captain America. Strange will reduce the threat range, increase the defense window of the Sorcerer Supreme after damage fallout from Maelstrom of Madness and Gamma Maelstrom, starting at 5 meters and reducing to 70% at 8 meters. Okay, so you're going to get a less range on that critical blast from Maelstrom. Okay. Slightly decrease the shield value recovery rate after releasing Shield of Seraphim from 80 per second to 70 per second. Okay, I like it. Thor, God of Thunder, could use some slightly increased survivability and improve success rate to his ultimate ability. His ultimate is kind of weird. It's just, I never got it. I dislike playing it. I hate using it. Increase base health from 500 to 525. I'm okay with Thor having a little more health. Adjust immunity to control effects during God of Thunder ultimate ability. I love it. That, I think, is a good change. Next up is Hulk and Venom. All right, so Banner has been dominant, but some decreased sustained combat capability upon entering the battlefield will bring him more in line with other Vanguards. Reduce indestructible guard gamma shield value from Hulk from 250 to 200. Okay. So he actually got a slight little nerf. Venom, with increased survivability and threat of ultimate ability, the symbiote menace will strike fear into the backlines of all enemy teams. Increased symbiotic resistant bonus health ratio gained per lost health point from 1 to 1.2. Increase the base damage of Feast of Abyss ultimate ability from 40 to 50. All right, not as much of a change to Venom as I thought, but okay, it's not bad. We get to the Duelist. We're slightly decreasing T'Challa's combat survivability. Reduce additional health provided to self after refreshing Vibranium marks with Spirit Rend from 40 to 30. And the upper limit of additional health provided from 120 to 75. Ooh, okay. That's gonna be interesting. I feel like they just made him really squishy, but we'll see how this plays out over the season. Black Widow. Oh my god, she's a fucking train wreck. Natasha was very much in need of optimization when evaluating the release experience of her abilities, as well as slightly increased her threat of her ultimate. Her ultimate's the worst in the game. Increased the range of first effect of Edge Dancer from 3 meter to 5 meter. Definitely needed. Reduce the time required for Fleet of Foot to recover from 0 stamina to full from 12 seconds to 4. Okay, so now you can at least use her run to get to places. Like, this is absolutely necessary. It's still, her damage is going to suck. Reduce the time required for electroplasma explosion, her ultimate ability to reach maximum power from 1 second to 0.6. Still shit, but like, this is at least helpful, and at least Edge Dancer now might be possibly usable. Hawkeye will decrease the medium long-range damage capability, reducing the threat combat radius and slightly improving close combat resistance. Slightly reduce the spread angle between every 2 blast arrows. We're reducing the trigger distance of passive ability Archer's Focus from 60 meters to 40. Reduce the maximum additional damage of the passive from 80 to 70. This is huge. Like, he could just sit in there and just snipe you from across the map. I like this. Now we have the other menace, Hela. They just reduced her health from 275 to 250. She's had way too much health, but yeah, okay. Magic. All they did was increase Umbral Incursion damage from Dark Child from 115 to 135. So they boosted her ultimate. Okay. Moon Knight. Increase the number of talons generated by Hand of Khonshu ultimately from 10 to 14. And increase the explosion radius of each talon from 4 meters to 5. All right. That could be interesting. So they increase the amount of hands that drop and then the range in which they hit. Okay. With Namor, we're optimizing throwing feel of Namor's eggs. Oh, they just feel weird. Adjust the throwing feel of Monstro Spawn and Frozen Spawn. That's the additional you get with Luna Snow. Now Namor can more accurately throw them to desired locations. So not really a buff per se, but just a quality of life change. We'll provide more options for heroes to counter the Demon Slayer's ultimate ability. Now Dance of the Butterfly will check for berries, including Magneto's Metal Bulwark and Hulk's Indestructible Guard. Okay. The Punisher slightly reduced the spread of Deliverance and Education. Okay, so that's Frank's main weapon damage. Scarlet Witch increased Chaos Control's fixed damage from 50 to 60 per second. Reduce percentage damage per second from 5% to 3%. And increase Cathulan's Burst projectile damage from 30 to 35. So, like, she just kind of like a full tweak here, except they didn't touch her ultimate. Storm! The Weather Witch needed an overall increase to her damage capability. We're also optimizing the feel of her left-click projectile and the release experience of her ultimate. Increase Windblade projectile speed from 100 meters per second to 150 meters per second, and left-click damage from 50 to 55. Increase Bolt Rush damage from 70 to 80, and releasing Omega Hurricane, her ultimate. The bonus health provided for herself will be increased from 350 to 450. Moreover, following its conclusion, the extra health will no longer vanish instantly, but will instead diminish at a rate of 100 per second. Okay, I like it. This should bring her more in line with what they originally envisioned. The last 3 duelists being touched going in the first half of season 1 is Squirrel Girl. Addition of a new effect to Unbeatable Squirrel Girl Tsunami, the ultimate ability. The squirrels will rush towards the nearest enemy after bouncing instead of bouncing randomly. We saw this last night. So, like, I was playing as Sue Storm, and I was nowhere near, like, where the normal line would be, and suddenly they just turned and came right at me. Reduce Squirrel Tsunami health, though, from 600 to 300. Okay, I like it. So we just touched up her ultimate a little bit, and it definitely needed a little bit of a tweaking. Winter Soldier again! We'll be adjusting Bucky for decreasing his long-range combat strength and increasing his survivability in medium close-range combat. Increase the bonus health provided by Bionic Hook and Tainted Voltage from 30 to 40. Increase Rostron's projectile damage from 70 to 75. Reduce the area damage, though, from 70 to 65, and reduce damage decay from 65% at 40 meters to 60. So a little bit more drop-off damage. Increase base health from 250 to 275. So they made him a little tankier. They gave him some long-range drop-off now. Okay, I dig it. He also has more survivability up close. What are they doing with Logan? Logan will receive an increase to basic combat strength, but a slight decrease to the additional survivability after activating Undying Animal. Increase base health from 300 to 350. Reduce the damage reduction ratio provided by Undying Animal from 50% to 40. So now they put him at that, like, base 350 that you see with Reed. Now, what are we doing with these Strategist? Cloak and Dagger. Reduce Dagger Storm cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Okay. Increase the number of dashes in Eternal Bond from 3 to 4. So now you can make a square instead of just a triangle. Jeff the Land Shark. Adjust Jeff's ultimate ability from a 10-meter sphere to a 10-meter radius with a 5-meter ceiling. Okay, that makes sense. Increase the healing of Joyful Splash from 140 to 150. So you've kind of, not nerfed, but you kind of brought his ultimate, it's Jeff, more in line with what you had initially envisioned, and you increase his healing. I'm okay with that. Luna Snow! Increase the interval for switching between healing and damaging and Fate of Both Worlds from 0.1 second to 0.5. Okay, so you saw this a lot with PC players in particular, where they would just bind this to their key wheel and then just scroll up and down instantly, and then just keep going from basically having pure healing and pure damage boosting the whole time. Now you're going to have to choose, because you can only do it every half a second. Okay, I'm also okay with this, because Luna can be super annoying. Finally, the last two being adjusted is Mantis. We'll be making Mantis a bit less fleet-footed by reducing Nature's Favor passive movement boost from 2.5 meters per second to 1.5 meters per second. She'll still be kind of fleet of foot, but not as fleet of foot. Rocket also could use enhancement, and we're doing that to his healing capability. Increase the healing of repair mode from 60 per second to 70 per second. Okay, like that's a good one. Finally, team up abilities. Hawkeye and Widow. Reduce Hawkeye's season bonus from 20% to 15%. Hela, Thor, and Loki. Reduce Hela's seasonal bonus from 20% to 15%. Luna and Namor. Increase Frozen Spawn damage from 25 to 27. Increase Frozen Spawn slowing effect applied to hit enemies from 25% to 30%. And increase Berserk State Frozen Spawn damage from 16 to 18. Okay, that's like a straight buff. I mean, it wasn't one of the weaker of the team ups, but I'm okay with that. Rocket, with his infinite ammo for Punisher and Winter Soldier, reduced the cooldown of ammo invention from 45 seconds to 40. Okay, interesting. The last two are Scarlet Witch and Magneto. Increase metallic fusion projectile damage from 55 to 60, and increase metallic fusion spell field damage from 30 to 35. Okay, cool. So a little buff to Magneto with sword. Thor and Storm, Captain America, reduce the cooldown of Charged Gale from 20 to 15 seconds, and increase the damage of Charged Gale from 50 to 55. So now Thor is boosting his teammates much more. I like it. I think that is a really all-around pretty good adjustment to the game. I think a lot of people are going to adjust meta slightly, but I don't think it's going to break the game. I don't think people are going to be wigging out, but it does take away from probably having an absolute one-shot with Hawkeye, which I feel like a lot of people, including myself, just absolutely hate it. Like, I don't mind getting hit and having, like, a sliver of health left. I hate when there's nothing you can do as a strategist where you get hit one time and that's the end. Like, that was the only nice thing about being Jeff, is that you had that anti-crit, so you couldn't be one-shotted. But, like, other than that, like, there was no protection. If he got that headshot off because he was just zoned in on you and you stopped for 1 second to drop a setup device, or including something other than your normal, like, head on a swivel, you were going to get taken out by that Hawkeye. So I like it. I like the adjustment to team ups. I feel like they make him a little more powerful, which I'm all for, because, like, that's one of the cruxes of this game. And I think overall, this is a pretty good adjustment. And as always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.